A world where the unthinkable happened. Nazi Germany didn't just fight World War II, they won. The swastika casts its shadow over every nation, every life, every hope. In 2025, freedom is a ghost, tyranny a god. How did one fateful moment birth this nightmare? Could a single choice have plunged humanity into eternal darkness? And what if this world isn't as far from our own as we think? This is the story of a reality where history's darkest force triumphed. Stay with this tale to uncover its chilling truths, and hit that like and subscribe button to descend deeper into history's shadows. In September 1939, the world shattered. Nazi Germany, under Adolf Hitler's fanatical vision, ignited World War II with the invasion of Poland. Their blitzkrieg, lightning war, was a juggernaut. By 1941, France had fallen, Norway was subdued, and the Balkans knelt. The Wehrmacht's tanks rolled unopposed toward Moscow, while the Luftwaffe's bombs turned cities to ash. Hitler's ideology of racial supremacy and Lebensraum, living space, fueled a war machine that seemed unstoppable. By 1942, Nazi Germany controlled a swath of territory from the Atlantic to the Russian steppes, an empire built on fear and blood. But cracks existed. Germany's economy, as historian Adam Tooze notes, was overstretched, reliant on plunder and slave labor. Their supply lines strained under the Soviet winter and partisan resistance. In 1943, the tide turned at Stalingrad, where the Red Army bled the Wehrmacht white, costing Germany over 800,000 men. Then came June 6, 1944, D-Day. The Allies stormed Normandy, breaching Hitler's Atlantic Wall. By April 1945, Berlin was rubble, Hitler dead, and the Third Reich a memory. This is the history we know. But what if the scales had tipped the other way? What if a single moment rewrote the world? Picture this. D-Day fails. The Allies falter. Nazi Germany stands tall. What happens next? June 6, 1944. Normandy's beaches are a crucible. In our timeline, D-Day was a triumph, with 156,000 Allied troops storming Fortress Europe. But history balanced on a knife's edge. As historian Antony Beevor notes, bad weather nearly delayed the invasion, and German intelligence had hints of the plan. In this alternate reality, the scales tip. A storm batters the Allied fleet, scattering ships and drowning landing craft. German codebreakers, exploiting a compromised Enigma intercept, alert Rommel's forces. Panzer divisions, held in reserve, surge to the coast. The Allies are slaughtered on the beaches, Omaha, Utah, Juneau, names now synonymous with failure. By dusk, the invasion is a wreck, with 50,000 Allied dead or captured. Without a Western front, Germany redirects its might. The Soviet Union, exhausted by 3 years of war, faces a renewed offensive. By late 1944, fueled by captured oil fields and slave labor, the Wehrmacht breaks the Red Army. Moscow falls in a brutal winter siege. Britain, isolated and bombed into submission, signs a humiliating armistice in 1945. Nazi Germany stands as Europe's master, its victory sealed in blood. But what does this world become? By 1946, Europe is no longer a mosaic of nations. It's a Nazi monolith. From Lisbon's sunlit shores to the frozen Urals, the swastika reigns. Cities are remade in Hitler's image. Paris, renamed Himmlerstadt, bristles with brutalist architecture. London's ruins host Nazi parades. The Gestapo, as Richard J. Evans describes in The Third Reich at War, becomes an omnipresent terror, rooting out dissent with torture and execution. Resistance, Polish Home Army, French Maquis, is crushed, their leaders betrayed or broken. The Holocaust, already a genocide of 6 million, becomes a machine of extermination on an unthinkable scale. Camps like Auschwitz expand, swallowing millions more. Jews, Romani, Slavs, dissidents, in the Reich's quest for racial purity. Entire cultures vanish, their art and history burned to ash. As historian Ian Kershaw notes, The Nazis' ideology demanded not just conquest, but erasure. Beyond Europe, the world shifts. The United States, reeling from D-Day's failure, retreats into isolationism, its public wary of another war. Japan, Germany's ally, consolidates its co-prosperity sphere in Asia, enslaving millions under its own brutal regime. The world splits between two empires bound by uneasy alliance. But within the Reich, tension simmers. Hitler, aging and paranoid, tightens his grip, purging rivals. His inner circle, Himmler, Goebbels, Bormann, jockeys for power. A question looms: can this empire endure? Picture a citizen in this world, watched, silenced, afraid. Could you survive under such a regime? What would you risk for freedom? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's unravel this nightmare together. By the 1960s, the Nazi Empire is a paradox, a technological titan built on human misery. Scientists, coerced or indoctrinated, push boundaries. The V-2 rocket program evolves into intercontinental missiles. Early computers, inspired by Konrad Zeuss's Z3, manage the Reich's surveillance state. Nuclear ambitions, stalled in our timeline by 1945, yield crude warheads by 1965, as German physicists exploit captured Soviet research. Berlin, rebuilt as Germania, is a cold monument to Hitler's vision, its Welthauptstadt architecture dwarfing humanity. But life in this empire is suffocation. Schools teach only Nazi dogma, history rewritten, science warped to serve ideology. Free thought is treason. The Sicherheitsdienst, an evolved Gestapo, uses wiretaps and informants to crush dissent. As Philip K. Dick imagined in The Man in the High Castle, society is stratified. Aryans rule, others toil or vanish. Globally, the Cold War festers. The United States, now a militarized democracy, builds its own nuclear arsenal, facing off against the Reich. Proxy wars erupt in Africa and South America, where Nazi-backed regimes clash with American allies. Japan's empire, overextended in Asia, frays under rebellions in China and Indonesia. But the Reich's greatest threat is internal. Hitler's death, perhaps in 1955 from illness or a rival's blade, sparks chaos. A power struggle erupts. Himmler's SS battles Speer's technocrats. The empire wobbles, its unity fracturing. Could a spark of resistance have ignited in this turmoil? What would it take to defy such a machine? Share your ideas in the comments. Your thoughts could shape the next chapter of this tale. By 2025, the world is a shadow. Nazi Europe is a fortress, its borders sealed by walls and mines. Germania is a sprawling capital, its skyline a testament to oppression. Technology has advanced, but only for control. Drones patrol cities. AI, primitive but ruthless, monitors citizens via implanted IDs. Art, music, literature, every expression is state-sanctioned. The internet, a faint echo of our own, is a propaganda tool, its servers guarded by the Reich's cyber SS. Across the Atlantic, the United States endures as a bunker state, its democracy eroded by endless militarization. Its cities are fortresses, its people paranoid. The rest of the world, Africa, South America, Asia, languishes under puppet regimes or anarchy. Japan's empire collapsed in the 1980s, its territories absorbed by the Reich or left to chaos. Resistance persists, but it's fractured. Underground cells smuggle banned texts, sabotage factories, or broadcast pirate signals. Yet they're fleas against a giant. Humanity's spirit is crushed, its hope a flicker in the dark. This world is the legacy of one moment, a failed invasion, a lost war. Could humanity reclaim its soul? Imagine standing in this 2025, facing a choice, submit or fight. What would you do? Drop your answer in the comments. In the true history, the Nazis fell. Stalingrad's grind, D-Day's courage, and the Red Army's relentless march ended Hitler's dream. As historian Max Hastings writes, Allied unity and German overreach sealed their fate. Resistance movements, French, Polish, Jewish, fought from shadows, proving humanity's defiance. Yet victory was never certain. A storm, a broken code, a misstep at Normandy could have rewritten history. This tale warns of freedom's fragility, of how close the world stood to darkness. It begs a question: are we vigilant enough to prevent such a fall today? This alternate history chills the soul, but it's only one path. Could humanity have defied this empire? What moment might have changed this fate? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's build this story together. Got ideas for other what-if scenarios? Drop them below. They might inspire the next video. If this tale gripped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more alternate histories. Hungry for more? Join the journey through history's darkest corners.